into Grasp of Avarice right here. We're trying to go for solo flawless, so that's gonna be fun. Essentially, we're gonna see how far we can get. It's been a long while since I last did this one. The last one for the solo flawless, and we have a lot of changes. We're gonna see how far we can get. We already almost forgot about our time. Real good. Chances. Real good. We just die here. Nice fun. Alright, run it back. Switch to this. That one. What's up, Pablo Galon? How's it going? Hopefully you are having a wonderful day. I know I'm doing pretty dang great. That's what I have to be careful of, isn't it? What about Riven? I've done Riven before. But yes, I can do Riven. I've actually soloed Riven before. Right now we're just trying to solo a dungeon. So we'll solo flawless. I've soloed this dungeon before, and I have not gone for solo flawless. I've gone for it. I have not made it. I do really like the new sword we got from the dungeon. Can it still be cheese? I don't believe so. last I knew it was, but I've also seen stuff where it got fixed, so that would not be something I'd know off the top of my head. I haven't done Riven in, well, since we had to do it for Pantheon, really. So, long time since I've done Riven. And last I did Riven, it could not be cheesed because of Pantheon. But I know that was a huge thing because they purposely made it so you couldn't cheese it. So I know at that time you still could cheese it, if that makes sense. So, no, I don't think it can be cheesed anymore, but I could be wrong. I don't think you can still cheese it. Last I knew you could, but I've seen stuff that you can't. That makes sense. That was almost a bad thing. I do love the lightsaber. Yeah, not a problem. I wish I knew more about it, but like I said, I haven't done it in a long time. It is probably a good question to start asking, though, just in the sense that we've got a certain event coming back in March. I don't know much about what's going on with that yet, but I can tell you Pantheon is coming back in March, so... I know a little bit, but I know Bungie said something about it, so I am allowed to say that it's coming back. And yes, that will be in March. Pantheon 2, Electric Boogaloo. Such a funny name for it too. See if we can get to at least a damage phase here. That'd be nice. At least a damage phase. It was kind of my fault last time for forgetting you have to take the thing with you. Because it will despawn. I think it's what, 30? Don't tell me I'm gonna be like 1 minute off. I think that should be damage. Not bad, not bad at all. This is so confused. If you're not, you're dead. I know for a fact that that's... Also why if you see anyone like doing this dungeon, you always do DPS right next to Crystal. Firstly, it's the safest spot for damage. Secondly, if you are off on your time at all, it's the only way to survive. Like if you're off on your count. The wind spread. forgetting I can also use the turret here too. And that I 100% should be using the turret here. Another thing you have to remember about Grasp of Avarice is you can spam your abilities like when nobody's business. Because the big thing with this dungeon is, at the end of the day, you are getting your abilities back. And I mean, seriously. Get your abilities back insanely quick in this dungeon just because of how it operates. Track the dunk. Oh, so it is 20. I'm here this whole time. I thought it was 30. Final phase. Survive, we need 25. 22. 24. Fortnite is the best. See, I usually play Destiny. I do every Fortnite. There's one down. Honestly, the hardest boss, in my opinion. We, in my opinion, got the hardest boss done. Let's go. That's partially just because this build is so good. Not, well, the one I'm using is good too, but... I think what I just ran is exactly what I'm going to run for the next encounter. Alright, I do have my skimmer on, yes, I have the surfboard. Pretty sure, yeah, this is the one that doesn't flip up. See, I never realized this wasn't the intended route. Because we just always did that one. No. Come on, man. Watch, I'm gonna get in on this one too. I didn't know you couldn't do that on the board. Just apparently can't. I'll still go for the solo, but I'm annoyed that I didn't get the solo flawless just because of this part. I am not sure whether what relief this will be choosed. I answered that question earlier. Last I knew it could, but I've also seen stuff that can't, so that would not be a question I can answer. That's what I should have done. If I make it through the next part without dying, I'm gonna be so annoyed. I mean, at least I was on first encounter, but it was also kind of the hardest encounter, so... But yes, I don't know if Riven can still be choosed. I would think so, but I can't say for sure. Maybe that's true. That's the way I want to go. Pretty sure. It's all the way on the other side. Send it that way. Buggiest dungeons none of them. We'll ask why I didn't try it. So I guess I mean, every time Bungie tries to do something cool, it usually seems better. Remember the number you need to clear this. Okay. No, I'll try 20. See where that gets us. Yep. Even though I will say, this is one of the buggiest dungeons. It also had one of the best made like things to use in the Scorch Cannon because you can still use all of your abilities. If you look at all this, like all the new stuff we have to use, none of it you can use your abilities. Usually it replaces your grenade. Which annoys me a lot. Or something like the lightsaber, where it just replaces your knife. Sword. There's a lot of stuff where you had to use the lightsaber in this expansion. If you had a melee play, like if you have a melee play with gold, you just can't win a lightsaber. And that's kind of the truth. For the new dungeon, if this replaces your grenade, well, as a warlock, it means I don't want to do that dungeon on my warlock. Which is why I do it on my Titan. Literally exactly why I don't do it on my Oh. Please tell me I just mulliganed. And I can still use this. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't know what that's gonna do for my next orb. Oh no, it's just gonna go into the abyss. Alright, cool. I love how Bungie designed that. I hate this game. I play it every day. Story doesn't play it right for me. What do you catch me playing? Definitely don't catch me playing FIFA. Sometimes you catch me playing Fortnite, that's usually when I have people on. Or I'm doing some sort of challenge video or something. Very rarely do I play Fortnite just to play Fortnite. Usually it's some sort of, I'm gonna challenge myself to do this, or I'm gonna challenge myself to do that. I'm gonna see how far I can make it in ranked. I like a challenge, so. Boom! You gotta look for the little servitor guy. I think we're up on. It's back up here. Or it's up on the far one. For reference, anytime Bungie designs a lift, nobody likes using it. Yeah, I knew it was going to be the high one. Yeah, the only thing is, like, if I do solo calls the rest of this, personally I'm gonna get annoyed. It's a dumb thing for me to die. And that's just, I don't ever, because we don't have to use our speeders anymore. Like, Bungie gives us other stuff. So, for me to use a skimmer is very rare. That was designed for sparrows. Good for you guys to know. If anybody in chat wants to try to sell this, oh, this. Guess what? You can't use a skimmer very easily. If you do, you want to make sure you have max time. See, the push mechanic works really well when you have people that know what they're doing. Especially the eyes for Cinder Doctrine. Woo. Second boss. It's all the way down there. So honestly, I think the one that I'd want it to be at too. Because I don't have to use the stupid launchers. It's already set where it needs to be. Just Awesome. Once you know all the stuff for the dungeons, like, most of them make it easy. Including this one. Once you know, like, the timing and everything, you can solo pretty much anything super easily. So far, this is going well. Last one. Rank 100. Let's go. Honestly, this is all loot that I wish they'd bring back in not crappy forms. Absinthium. Like, I think this was the one part of the dungeon that nobody really liked, just because it didn't need to exist. I mean, we're talking, you're going straight from that encounter to the final boss. It's more like a traversal encounter instead of an actual encounter. Swap back to our DPS loadout. Alright. What's this area called again? Wilhelm. Oh yeah, because the whole thing's Wilhelm. Which I always found funny because there's a YouTuber called Wilhelm Scream. Shout out. Dude is an awesome guy to watch for Destiny content, by the way. Okay, how do you even get out of that? Like, just immediately dead. Okay, so I wouldn't have solo flawless because I was in that annoying position. This is a fun boss to do, though. I will say that. Getting all of the drops here is actually really easy though, because you just loop around. Pretty sure that's damage. Is it 50? It's probably 50. Okay. So this will be DPS. Yes. nice thing about this encounter is you can literally just indefinitely chain these together until you get enough motes to be able to go for damage. 16? It's 60. Actually, that's really good for me. Because then I have a chance to just farm ammo for a while. They burn through it so quickly. Running what I run. You want to look at my monitor real quick? Okay. Touchscreen high, by the way. Okay. That's why I have a surge protector. Chat. The stream might go out just because, you know, cover streams. Just wanted to give a heads up on that, because you should be doing fine. I have a few different things that will keep my computer from crashing. I think this is gonna also be clear every encounter with the same fast. So I don't know if I really done it. Now I can't get it. Damn it. That's an easy 4 phase. If I had a better DPS phase on the first one, it'll be a nice 4 phase as long as I can get ammo. If I can get ammo, it'll be a very simple phase. This is more testing when I do go for some. Because it was going to be the solo flawless run, but we've already died twice, so that is not going to even if I get too much ammo, I can use it. Another tree for you. You do the new dungeon, you will realize the point, especially if you're running double special for DPS. Ooh. The only reason I want to do this dungeon is for the solo players, and that's just because I like the shoot. Say, the emblem is a shit. I kind of love that concept when it first came out, and I just never had the patience to be able to sit there and do it. Now that we have things like infinite healing with Speaker Sight, essentially, it is so much easier. And not just easier, it's a lot more bearable. Like, anyone who got it, I feel like there's really two different ways of busting. You have, well, I mean, obviously, free stasis is strong. You also have the ones which are like pre-Speaker Sight, honestly. Those are really two different kind of realms. Is pre and post Speaker Sight almost. You have like pre and post Speaker Sight. I think the new one for that is going to be pre-and-post. Just because, especially for that is the only reason unless you run the lightsaber is running a blocking build for it, because it's good. It's fun. Just don't think anyone is using it at the moment. Now, if you get different lightsabers and stuff, like then yeah, 100%. Like if we get a cross guard, pretty sure. I don't know if it's gonna be like a special thing or anything. It's literally just gonna be, oh, here's your cross guard. You know? I don't know if it'll do anything special for your life. It does, that'd be awesome. New lightsaber form inside. Maybe like a dual-bladed. Everyone loves it. When the Dredgen Disciple used a dual-bladed, it was like, oh my gosh, we're getting dual-bladed. That means, Republic. I mean, I could see us getting it eventually, but it won't be anytime in the near future. That, because That, if I had that on my first phase, that would have been a solid, actually a very solid 3-phase. Okay, so I know with this build, you can't do this. It is a realistic case. Get a little bit more optimization, 100%. Did I already deal with the sniper? I don't think I did. There he goes. Unscribe to this, buddy. We'll just go ammo farming. Like I said, we're not in a solo flawless scenario right now, but we are in a solo scenario. As in, I will solo. I need at least 10 here. Some shots to comfortably finish it off. I'd like 4 ammo, but I don't know if I'm gonna get 8 more from bricks, because I need at least 4 more bricks, based off of how I collected. And I wouldn't be able to use it at all. It would honestly probably be the most annoying part. Because I can get those, I can get those soon. It doesn't too huge, so I need 4 more bricks. I'd like my heavy to be able to run. On the option that I because it doesn't cost anything to run scribe, but it does cost to put the turret out. Which it does give you 3 ammo for one pick, which is nice. It's kind of the saving grace with penalties already. Okay, literally only you. Let's do this. Let's run over to this side. I think the first time I ever tried to do solo flawless, I ended up diving, like Phoenix diving into the abyss here, which kind of sucked. Let's see. So I got all 10, which means I need at least 50. I'm looking at 60. I would actually. Good news. Unless it's 50 and I just can't do that. Where you at? Where you at? Which is quite a possible scenario. This is my least favorite side to collect them on because, as you'll see here, a lot of them just fall into the abyss. That's all I got for, so. Yeah, technically I have elemental hunting front. Let me see if I have anything. I am pretty much. Well, if I don't get the walls here, or the solar here, we've got problems. Really, that guy just really fast. I don't know if I've ever soloed this. I haven't. I don't know what solo goes here.
What's that?
2 helmets.
I hear you sneaking around.
So we got unified front too. I wanted this.
Mine. Don't you touch nothing. It's all mine.
See, that is just an awesome emblem. Like, such an awesome emblem. So I think for now, I'm going to do a little bit more off screen, and then we'll do another run where, yeah, 75k. I'll do another run later on, probably sometime next week if I had to guess, where I go for the flawless on this again. So, if you guys want to see that, make sure you like and subscribe. Aegon out.